Hey kawan, welcome to EDC Ready. Today I want to talk about my pen collection. Now before I continue, I just want to say that I am not a pen enthusiast. I've never bought an expensive pen before. I have one expensive pen here, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. I don't know anything about refills or gel inks versus ballpoint versus fountain. I don't know any of this stuff. However, what I can give you is kind of like an idiot's understanding of pens. So these are the three pens that I have on me on a pretty much day-to-day basis. Now, a couple of things change around. You know, there's certain things that I just throw in my bag and then I use it. This pens like this are one of them. But they pretty much come in three different sectors or segments right here. The first of which is your extremely cheap pen. These are the pens that you can buy like a pack for like $1 and you get 10, something like that. This was, I think, 3 ringgit for like 7 or 8 of them or something like that. And it's just the simplest form of pen that you can think of. I don't even know if there is a brand there. I don't know if you can see that. I can't even read that. But it's not so different from your Faber-Castell basic pen, whatever. It uses a ballpoint ink kind of thing. You write. Hold on, let me get a book. I think a book is a good idea for a pen review, so that you can definitely write stuff down. Okay, so you have your basic ballpoint pen here. You write. Okay, it takes a nice amount of pressure. You can write your stuff. You can write this. You can write that. Well, you click it to open it, and then you click it to disengage it. Very simple, no fuss, no foul, very cheap. You lose it, you're not gonna feel bad about it. So and then this, you can just get it at any stationery store, which is what I've been doing my whole life. Next up, you get this pen. This is a Faber-Castell. This one has a super true gel, so we go from a ballpoint, whatever that is, to like a gel ink or whatever this is. I told you guys I don't know much about pens. And then the advantage of this is that it has a cushion tip. There's a little spring in the back right there, and it provides a little cushioning at the tip of the pen. Okay, this one I did not buy. This one it was part of a package that I got. I was emceeing an event, and then the event had a stationery sponsor, and then I got just a bunch of I got a bunch of pens, I got a bunch of stationeries, and this is one of them. And most of those stationeries I've given away, I've used up, but the one I really liked is this guy right here. This one is a lot, I wouldn't say nicer, but in terms of writing, the writing wise, I kind of prefer this guy for how smooth it is. Okay, this feels a little bit smoother, while this feels a little bit rougher. Okay, however, what I can say is that the quality of the ink is definitely a lot better. For example, this is the quality of this ink, nice and dark, and then you have the quality of this ink, which is a little bit light and definitely not as full looking as the one down below. As I mentioned, it already has a cushion tip, so when you press down, there's actually a little bit of suspension. It kind of pushes back a little bit. So I don't know if that will have an effect or whatever, but at the end of the day, this is like, at that point of time, this is like, wow, this is a nice pen. I've never had a pen this nice. But at the end of the day, it's not really something to shout about. If I had the choice, I would get more of these over more of this guy, just because this is a little bit lighter, a little bit nicer to write. However, the advantage of this is that it does have nice little rubber cushioning at the front here for your hand, so it does feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, moving above that, my EDC pen is this guy. This is a machine era field twist. This I won in a I've mentioned this a few times. I won this in a giveaway from the EDCness over on Instagram. I believe it's an aluminium body. It has a twist pen. It uses it has a twist mechanism. It has a pocket clip. It uses like a fancy little this is a, what is this? This is an Atoya refill from Japan. So just fancy, just a step up of everything I have so far. And this guy right here, definitely machined, and it's metal. It has a nice weight to it, definitely heavier than both of these guys combined. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, but you definitely feel that it has more weight in the hand. So when it has more weight in the hand, it just feels a little bit easier to kind of manipulate it or whatever. It doesn't feel like it can fling out. This has some knurling up front here, no rubber, but it does provide a little bit of grip when you write with it. However, the problem with me is that I actually write a little bit further, a little bit closer to the tip, so I actually don't get this knurling. In terms of writing quality with this Atoya refill, okay, is it better? I don't know. I can't tell the difference. The only thing I can tell is that the ink is a lot thicker and that the ink is a lot stronger. Okay, in terms of pressure, it doesn't really take that much pressure at all. Okay, yeah, in terms of pressure, it doesn't really take that much pressure at all. It's just fine. You do get a little bit of lift off sometime. You know, you scratch that, see, you can get a little bit of lift off. In fact, I will just end this with a little bit of lift off test. Let's start with this one. I'm gonna apply as little pressure as needed. Okay, you get a little dot right there. This guy right here, I'm gonna apply as little pressure as needed. Okay, you get a little bit towards the tip there. And on this guy, I'm gonna apply as little pressure as needed. Okay, so as you can see, this guy right here requires more pressure because you can't even see the line. This guy right here requires less pressure, and you can see it a little bit. This guy right here required the least pressure to continuously write. However, the quality of the ink was better on this guy. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I told you this is not going to be a very good video because I am not a pen expert. I'm just talking about this from an idiot's point of view because I don't know anything about pens. Now, would I buy another expensive pen? I don't know. Having this guy in the pocket, carrying this guy in the pocket, carrying this guy whenever kind of gives it a little bit more of an affair when I write. Has a nice feeling, has nice and dark ink. I am looking at the Refine EP1, I think that's what it's called. So if you guys know when that is available, do let me know. And yeah, thank you so much guys, and as always, stay ready.